Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Grow Your Faith with Intentional Guy. I'm Michael Chestnut, back here today with Pat Milligan. Pat, it's so good to see you today. I know life has been a little crazy for both of us, but especially for you. And how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Was
God's
great.
been good.
What's been great to see you. I'm going to let you just start this back off as we get started back into filming the Grow Your Faith podcast.
Okay, I'm going to title this today is God is not through with me yet. I got three living examples that I want to share with you today. And how God's not through with me, and I realize that. And I want you to realize in your life, God's not through with you yet either. And our key verses, of course, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. I will give you three examples. First of all, March 3rd, 1987. Let's go back to Hoosier Hills Baptist Camp. Brother Doyle and I was in working on the gymnasium that you all know that's there. And we were in there putting insulation up in the gym, and I was climbing up a ladder 15 feet in the air, just put the ladder up against the wall, climbed up there. Brother Doyle was on the scaffolding below me. And as I was putting the last one in, all of a sudden I felt the ladders start sliding. And I came down and I hit the scaffolding that he was on and hit the ground. And Brother Darrell thought he killed me at that point, which most people, that distance, I've heard many people dying at that distance. But I remember as I hit the ground, I hit the muscle of my arms, and the only thing I have is a little scratch on me. Mm-hmm. And as I realized at that point that God wasn't through with me yet, as I think about this, I always trust God in everything, and that He had to be with me during that time, and I thank God for that. But then another date, March 25th, 2008. We were at our home in Indianapolis, in Jacksonville, and I was out back working on my outside porch, the roof. There's a little hole in it, so I was up repairing it. And as I remember that, I remember falling. Remember, all of a sudden I pulled something. The whole roof came down on me. If you know 2x8s, 2x8s over probably crushed most people. But I remember only one thing I remember I did not move was a swing. And the one side of the porch came down and hit that one swing and stayed up enough. And where it stayed up enough was where I was at. At that point, I remember that I needed to trust God, just not for everything, but with everything at that point. And of course, at that point, I hollered for the neighbors. Neighbors came running. My wife was not home yet. She pulled in about 12 minutes after that happened. And again, I said, thank God that God, I know you're not doing me yet. You know, I mean, that's the second time it should have happened. And then a third time, July 22nd, 2022, just recently, I was in the hospital for it seemed like 30 days, 30 days. But I remember that going in for a procedure, took me down to the emergency, the operating room. And as I was laying there, they turned me over and I stopped breathing. And they started working on me for 14 minutes. I was not breathing, but how those guys worked hard and hard, and finally got my heart start beating again. But that's when I trusted God, just not with everything. I was trusted, and at that point, I should not have been here. I mean, 14 minutes, your heart stopped beating, and they did all the work on me and so on. And I don't remember any of it. I just remember waking up and my wife was telling me what happened. And I said, again, thank God you're not through with me yet, Lord. And I want to just say this as we start back over again with our broadcast, is God's not through with you yet either. And no matter what you're going through, no matter what you've gone through, God's not through with you yet. And it's great how God is always there with us. My challenge to you today is remember that God's never through with you. And just realize no matter what you've gone through, uh, God can help you get back to where you need to be. That's my challenge to you today, Mike.
Thank you, Pat. You said 2022, but that was actually 2025 just happened, right?
2025. I'm sorry. It
Yeah.
was 2025, but 2022. But just happened this last July. So that just happened in my life. Yes, Mike.
Yeah. And we're so thankful that God had, watched over you during that time period. And like you said, I mean, the enemy wants to take us out. The enemy doesn't like what we're doing. I'm just recently going through some, not what you have. Mine has been more anxiety ridden, uh, dealing dealing with things from our past. And what I love, Pat, has been you've been an example. I remember when you fell at camp, remember all that stuff. But I've always remember your positive attitude always in the midst of tribulations, in the midst of things just not going right. You've always had this unwavering faith, which has been encouraging to us young people who were working with you back then because um, your example gave us strength that we didn't realize we were seeing. We were young and naive, but you were
Mhm.
the example that we needed to see. And I think of the young guys, Ron Weber, uh, Rocky Dalton. I can go down the list of
Oh,
all
yes.
these guys, but I look at them, we've all been through our own things in life, but we're serving God.
That's great. That's super. That's the greatest thing, Mike.
We're serving God. And like you said, no matter where we find ourselves at, God can still use us. And I'm so
Great.
thankful he does. I'm so
That's right.
thankful. Well,
And those
Pat,
were the days. Those were the days that
those
we
were the
remember
days.
on. Oh man, great days.
Mhm. But I know there's a lot of people out there who, especially as we get into the holiday seasons and stuff like that, man, it's a tough time. Loneliness, things like that. There's
Right.
a lot of things that we give the enemy our ear. And one of the things I've realized we get to choose whether or not we give him our ear and
Right.
listen to him or to listen to what God tells us in his word, and not just in his words, but in his actions.
That's
So
great.
Pat, thank you again for being here today with us, for bringing that word with us today. And until next week, keep growing your faith.